Hi there and welcome to a quick start tutorial for building forms in Quick IMS. So we're just going to log into the system after we've found the URL quickims.com. Okay, we're going to use current administration for demonstration purposes only. Okay. So we've logged into the dashboard area now of Quick IMS. Now we're simply going to go straight to data forms because this is the main core area of the system. And we're going to go to form templates. Okay, these are already pre-existing templates that have been built in the system, but we're going to add a new template today. So we go to form header, we're going to add a code in this case we'll just call it test 1, 2, 3. And the description can be what the form's about. Don't worry about the data group name with the code there, and the form version, we don't need to worry about it either. That's all we need to know. The data header we also don't need to worry about, but for this purpose I'll show you it says data version 1. Cancel that out. Internal use form header we also don't need to worry about unless there's specific information that we need to put in there for back-end use after the form's been published, synced and published by the user. So I'll cancel out of that. So form fields, this is where we need to be. These three areas are automatically generated, but today I don't need these, so I just cancel out of all of them. Okay, so I'm going to start with a date. It's as simple as dragging and dropping in a particular area. So I want, in this case I want a date, I want an image, I want a number, I want a list, I want a spacer in there after list, and I would like a GPS reference point, and I'd also like to know the time, so I can put that up there, and lastly some text. Okay, so we'll start from the top. Date is self-explanatory, we don't need to alter that. However, I do require the user to enter that, so by ticking or checking the required box, it means that the user in the mobile device end of the system has to enter the date, and otherwise they cannot save or submit and sync their form. Time, again, very self-explanatory, and I would like this to be required. So that is now, you can see both these areas have red asterisks beside them. Now this means that, yeah, as I said earlier, the user has to enter the details. Okay, text field. Now, what is the best month to go fishing? Okay, so that we're not going to make that compulsory, this question. However, it now will enable the user to enter text into the field. The next one is the image field. Now, we will ask the user to take a picture of their driver's license. Again, we're not going to make it required, and by clicking the choose file, it will enable the user to take a picture or upload a file they already have on their device. The next one is number field. Now this can be any form of number formats, however in this case we're going to ask for a phone number. Again, we don't have, in all these form areas, we don't need to worry about the code name up here. Our main priority here is to enter the label in. We don't need to worry about value, length, tooltip, quantity or style. And we don't need to worry about searchable. Read-only is obviously read-only. In this case, we don't need that, or we don't require it as a compulsory field. Okay, so the next one is a list. So in this list, we are going to ask for what is your okay, and we'll correct some spelling, and then we can scroll down and we go to the label area. So we go, now these will have to have codes as well. This is also a compulsory area, and we can change this and we can go in here and do the codes and so forth. If we want to add another list, we just add an option. So, and we can add as many as we like. So in this case, we'll just stick with the 3. So we'll close the other option out, and we'll make this required, and then make it a single drop down. Okay. When we work through forms, it's a good idea to save regularly. So we can go OK and we can go save. Okay, so that is now saved. Our work is secure in the system. So now we can go back in and continue with our form. So the GPS area, now it is advised that you do not make it compulsory, e.g. required, as in some areas in the field, some users will not be able to access their GPS. So we can enter your okay, so what we can do here is we can actually ask for a manual entry as well. So if we go to a text field, and we can ask the user then to please enter manual location with your GPS device. So this is if they carry an external GPS device with them. So this is, for this particular example, this is all we're going to enter. We've got some different form fields in there. So I'm now going to go OK and save. Now, if we want to add in another section, and if we've got a lot of information to enter, or the form you're entering is broken up into certain areas, then we can add another form field area in, and then we can go back and change the title of the name. So we'll just call this next example, and close that, and then we can go and change this one here also to next second example, and close that, and if we need to add any further areas in there, we can go back and do the same thing in here. So this is merely just an example. Okay, so we save those. Now, that is the form that has been built. Now we can go back in here, we can highlight that field, and to make it live or to make it accessible to our users, we then click on publish. So that form is now live and is available to all our users in the system. Okay, so the other areas to look at in the data form area are forms. So these are forms that have already been entered. So for instance, if we want to go and to have a look at QA plots for coppice thinning, you'll see that these are forms that have already been submitted, and their dates and versions are entered in the system. So if we want to view one of those, we go and highlight it and we click view. So you can see all the information that's been entered in there. But for this instance, we're really wanting to focus on how to build a form in the form template area. Published forms and synced forms are obviously forms that have been already previously published, and synced forms are forms that have been synced by the user but have not obviously been published into the main server. So for now, that is all we need to know for building a form template in Quick IMS. Thank you for your time.